like I'm the only one. Shooting to the green, I talk a hole in one. Bible on the dash, they with the Holy One. I know I put in work, they didn't notice none. Switch gears, clubhouse, took me 6 years. Marble floors, gold trim, feel like I'm Richie Rich. Italian leather, French suede, I mix the fist sick. Quick loss, take a risk, we play for the win. Might spend $1 million at the rug store like Manafort. But making purchases you can't afford. I move the money like it's illegal. Something more raw, brick and mortar. Swear I'm with dead people, lay low. Took L's, know how those days go. Say so, he say, but nothing they know. Think so, feels like it's like a case closed.
What's up, guys? Today we are pulling the MR2 all the way apart. So right now we have everything unbolted off of the engine, got the turbos off, charge pipes, all that good stuff. And right now we are dropping this thing out the bottom of the car because the transmission has to come completely apart to fix that bell housing. And then we're just gonna double check some things on the engine, make sure it is good. And hopefully we will have this thing back up and running by the weekend for an IFO that is coming up, which stands for Import Face Off. We do our best to try to go to those. Cliff, the guy that runs them, awesome dude. So would really like to make it out to it because there's one here in Gainesville that is not far from us. So we're gonna try to have this thing back up and going here in a few days. All right, we got the MR2 pretty torn apart. We got the engine pulled out of it and we already started tearing into this thing. We got the head pulled off because we are going to be doing a new head gasket. We got the transmission pulled off and it is right up here on the workbench. And you can see where that bell housing broke right along the bottom there. So I was just letting it drain because I'm about to pull this thing apart and start getting ready to swap everything over into a new bell housing that I will be picking up here shortly. A guy locally messaged me and he said he had one. So I'm gonna go run over there and pick that up. But yeah, I pulled the plug off. The fluid that came out of this thing looked super clean, so that is a good sign. And once I go pick up this bell housing real quick, I'll come back and start tearing this thing apart. So as you guys know, I broke the bell housing on the MR2, and right now I'm picking up a new bell housing. I'm just going to fix it with a stock one for right now. I was thinking about possibly going to a billet bell housing, but I don't think it will be necessary, especially if we add some more braces to the transmission along with the mid plate. So I'm actually over here at a barber shop, and I walked in. I originally wasn't going to film anything. Walked through the barber shop and we go into the back and they have a little EG hatch sitting in the back, and I was like, oh crap, there's a little Honda back here. I feel like everywhere I've went in Florida, you walk in the back room of whatever business and there's a Honda in the back. At least every place I've been invited to, that's been the case. So I'm gonna refilm and walk back through. These guys seem really cool, and we're gonna get a new bell housing for the MR2. What's up, dude?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, here she is. So I just walked right through there. Didn't expect to see a little EG hatch back here. But yeah, that's how it seems to be down here. So this is it. Was this just a 5-speed?
Yeah, no, a 6-speed.
This was a 6-speed? Okay. Yeah, I don't think it should matter. So yeah, that should do it. Nice and not cracked along the bottom there.
B-series.
B-series.
It's a 98 5.4.
It's kind of cool. You guys just got a little garage back here.
Yeah, this is the old school. This is you know, we've been beating the streets on this for a long time, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
That's awesome. You got some brake fluid ready to go.
Yeah, you know how it is, man. It's a Honda. You got to keep it.
When that reservoir runs out a little bit, top her off.
If you're gonna go, you got to stop.
And you got the AC on there, which is a necessity down here.
Oh yeah, man. You know, absolutely, man.
We haven't fully experienced summer yet, so.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You're not too full in the whole deal. Yeah.
You get stick down here.
You got a jet ski, bro. You're good.
Yeah, I just got my jet ski. It gets too hot, we'll go ride. Well, crap, I guess if I need a haircut, I might just have to come right here.
I don't know why you go anywhere else.
Could you fade me up real quick?
Absolutely.
So this place is tight.
This is awesome. He redid all the chairs in there. I think.
Yeah, that's nice in here. Man. Didn't think I'd be going to a barber shop to get a part for the MR2, but it's sweet.
Perfect, man. Yeah, all the chairs under the 30s, man. 1930s and down all the way up to 1905 in the front, man. Everything's old school, but
yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So while I fixed the transmission on the MR2, Wyatt is over here working on the S14, and we are getting some intercooler pipes made so we can finally start making some boost. Well, I mean, after we get the alternator and steering fixed, then we can start making boost.
List, but it's one thing at a time. We got to get it done. So
yeah,
pretty good,
this is coming out awesome. So this is a piece we just ordered online. It is a 3-inch on both sides that merged together into a 4-inch right here. And then we didn't have any 90s that were tight enough to make this bend right here, so we had to do some pie cuts, which I just made out of some straight. So we got some extras right here. So he just tacked all of those together and they came out really nice. And then we just got 90s coming off the turbos right there. And we are going straight into the throttle body. And Wyatt's getting ready to lay down some dimes.
I don't know about dimes, but they will be merged together.
Wyatt doesn't have the most experience with aluminum, but
I've welded a lot of aluminum.
He's done a
It's just
lot, but
been a long time since I've welded it, so I'm gonna probably be a little rusty.
nah, you'll do good. It's not like it's the first thing you see or anything.
Yeah, no, not at all. The first thing you notice. So
And then we're probably gonna put the blow-off valve underneath. We were thinking about putting it right here on top, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It'd be cool up there, but
it might not be too bad up top actually.
I guess
because
if I
with
could get it really shallow.
with how high up the intake is, it wouldn't look horrible. But
Yeah.
we're either gonna
a clamp and also the piece that comes off it yet. So
it's either gonna go on top or right underneath.
yeah, we're running it down under here. Be kind of cool.
So kind of tuck it out of the way. Who knows? It kind of looks okay on top. Either way, I wouldn't really care.
Right.
And
Doesn't
then
look bad actually, but I guess we'll play with it a little bit. I'll put the clamp on it and kind of see how it lays on there.
yeah, we'll see what looks best for that. And then it would definitely be nice if we had some mirrored turbos, because these are just standard compressor housings and they don't, you know, match. Once you see it, it can't really be unseen.
Right.
But you know, for now we're working with what we got. It would be super easy if we do one day get some mirrored turbos for this thing. This charge pipe we're making right here will still work. This boot would just turn a little bit. So
Right.
yeah, no, I think it's gonna come out good.
You don't really.
I like
notice
that.
it, so
That looks real nice. So he's gonna keep working on that while I get this transmission put back together. All right, guys, I got the transmission all opened up right here, and I am pumped because it looks really, really good in here. Everything looks basically brand new, just like the first day when it was all put together, except for the one time that it did break 4th gear, but it looks just like it did the day we rebuilt it. The second time putting it together, I double-checked everything, and obviously it did good, because if you look at all of the dogs right here, not one of them have any sign of major wear. They all look really, really good under there. I checked all of them, literally look brand new. So I am super pumped on that. We have made multiple 8-second passes in the car, multiple low 9-second passes, a lot of just regular driving with the car. So this thing has been shifted multiple times and everything is finally working properly. So we had the one hiccup when that broke the one time. It broke 4th gear, and that was because the detent came loose, and you know, just kind of learned my lesson on that. And I also learned a couple things that I needed to double check when doing this transmission, especially when I forgot to stake the 2 nuts that go on the shafts right here. So that probably helped a lot as well. So definitely learned our lesson, but I'm really happy that it's looking perfect. Another thing is this ring right here is the dog ring that goes to like 5th gear with the slider. If you guys remember last time this came apart, this ring right here had a whole bunch of heat marks around the outer edge because it was rubbing a little bit. That could have been because those nuts came loose and stuff tried to separate, and this ring was pushing into the slider pretty hard. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but long story short, this thing looks freaking brand new. Dogs look perfect. So transmission's looking great overall. If this bell housing piece didn't crack right here, this transmission would be, you know, ready to rip, no issues whatsoever. It's been great. So got it all apart, so all that stuff is ready to come out of there, and I've been working on cleaning the bell housing that I got. It is definitely really dirty. I tried to brake clean all of the gunk out of this side of it, and I got it pretty clean. It doesn't probably look very clean sitting on the ground right here, but right now I'm trying to clean the inside part out right here because it is really gross in there. Put some degreaser, some soap and water, trying to let it sit, and I was trying to use the power washer to get some of the gunk off, and you can see it kind of took it off, but this stuff is caked on there. So got to keep cleaning that up. But once I am happy with getting that clean and it's not so dirty, we can go ahead and start pulling all of the gears out of this one and start swapping everything over into the new bell housing and double check our shimming, everything like that, make sure it's all lining up, get this thing back together, and then the transmission will be good to go for the MR2. So it's about where I'm at. Definitely a work day, so gonna keep going at it, get this thing back together. yeah, we should be good. That's gonna have to pull out.
What's that?
I have to take this stack back out.
I was gonna say I don't pull out. If you left it in the video, that'd be funny. I don't pull out.
Baby Wyatt's running around. Out with the old and in with the new. At Chris Fix. Dude's a legend.
You got that all? You got all that there, killer?
Yep. Nothing like manhandling a greasy shaft, dude.
Just full of the jokes today, brother.
Dude, when you talk about car stuff, you can only get away with so many like, think about it. Tranny, freaking.
There's just so many relevant terms. Retard in advance.
All right. Transplant is complete. Now we just gotta put it all back together.
And action.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's good enough.
You're good enough.
Oh. All right, guys, I got the transmission all put back together. We have our new bell housing on there, or at least not brand new, but our refurbished bell housing that no longer has a massive chunk taken out of the bottom of it. So it is all put back together, ready to go. Just need to put a couple more bolts in there, clean it up, and it's good. I double checked that it goes into all the gears. We have reverse, neutral, 1 through 5. Everything feels awesome. I double checked all of the clearances. I bolted this thing together without the guts in it, just with the diff in there to make sure the shimming on the diff was correct, because that was something we had to double check back when I did that one. And now that it's a new case, I wanted to make sure everything was good there, and it all checked out. So she's all back together, runs through the gears, and I got the nuts on the top here staked. They have Loctite on them because that was the issue with the very first one I did, is I did not stake and Loctite those nuts, and one came loose, and that is what caused that fourth gear to end up breaking later on. I need to get the detent fully tightened as well, so we don't have that issue with it misshifting, because if you guys have noticed, ever since I rebuilt this transmission for the second time, the car has not misshifted once. I know when I first put it together, got it out at the track, I was misshifting fourth sometimes, and you guys were giving me crap in the comments. Kyle's even missing gears on a freaking sequential, but that was because the detent came loose. And then once it came loose, we started to round off some dogs, and after I fixed the issue, it was already too late and it didn't fully engage every single time. But if you notice after that, this car has not missed a shift ever since I rebuilt this transmission, after I went through it again and started figuring it out. Because now this is, I believe, the 5th time I've rebuilt one of these. I've done the MR2s 3 times and the Routacy twice, because we actually pulled the Routacy back apart just to stake and Loctite those nuts so it didn't happen on it too. So I'm getting pretty confident with assembling these sequentials here. I love them. They go together simple. But yeah, it is getting late, so I'm going to be calling it there for tonight, and then we're going to finish up tomorrow. We made a lot of progress on the charge pipes for the S14 as well, so we'll be showing that tomorrow. The video is not over yet. And real quick, I was going to talk about the mid plate. I think we're just going to leave the mid plate how it was, bolt it back up in there, but we're just going to add some supports to the engine to help take some load off the mid plate, add some extra braces, and then we shouldn't have any issues there. I think another big leading cause, besides the huge wheelie to why it cracked on the bottom there, is we found out when we took this apart, this passenger, or actually driver side motor mount right here that goes to the transmission. It's a solid mount. All 3 of these bolts were loose, so this whole mount was just slopping around. It really wasn't doing much, so that was going to put a lot more stress on that mid plate there without having this solid motor mount fully tightened down. But if we add some braces and put it back in there how it was, I'm not going to be worried about us breaking that bell housing again. Then I'm also going to add a piece welded onto the mid plate, which I'll show you guys when we get all that done. But I'm calling it for tonight. It's getting late, but I'm just happy this is all put back together and just about ready to go into the car. Dang, dude.
No, back up, back up, back up. The welding did not go very smooth.
Hey, that doesn't look bad at all,
I
dude.
mean,
That came out really good. I mean, there's a couple little gimmicks, but you know.
Look in here. These are the better welds on that side.
Oh, down in there. Oh, yeah.
Like those, that's where
Right
I
where it's all
started
nice
getting
and
it kinda
tight.
ironed out, and it doesn't leak. So at least there's that.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
That looks really good.
Get the blow-off valve on it next. Hell, it even lines up still. Imagine that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we just send it on the bottom.
Yeah, I think it'll look better under there.
I think on the top would be a little
It's
much.
just gonna stick up a little too far, I think, and leave this as the centerpiece, not the blow-off valve.
Yeah, so we just got to get a hole cut on the bottom of that guy real quick. We'll get the blow-off valve on there, and the charge pipes will be done. Or charge pipe, whatever you want to call it, because it's just one piece.
Big ram horn, mustache-looking thing.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
So we'll get the blow-off valve on there real quick, and should be all good to go.
Heck yeah.
Almost ready to start making some boost.
Yep. Plumb it up with some vacuum lines, and then they'll be all done.
Dang, check it out. Wyatt just finished up the charge pipe. We decided to put the blow-off valve underneath. Came out really good. That looks freaking sweet. We got all of the oil lines hooked back up, and we're gonna go ahead and fire this girl up.
Yeah.
See how she sounds. We haven't started it. We haven't started it since the wastegates and everything too.
Yeah.
So
It's been a minute.
go for it. Oh, you're a little upset. Dude, it shot sparks out of that one.
I don't know what that was. But,
Might have been some leftover shavings from grinding the wastegate holes.
probably, you know.
Dude, that one shot some sparks.
It didn't sound like a socket dingling around in there, did it?
No?
Okay. Well,
Send it again. It's good. Give her a little rev.
don't want to idle. Look,
Nah.
in due time.
She definitely needs some tunage.
So, just to the moon.
Yeah, just rev it up a little more. Maybe let it heat up a little, but... What? Did you tighten all the lines? Well, you can hear them.
Cool,
they're
dude.
spooling. We should put a. We need to put a vacuum. What?
She's a little fat.
Rich?
A little rich.
That's
but,
better than lean.
Yeah. Sounds cool, dude.
It does sound good.
This seems to be sweet. AK-47 two-step on this
Dude, it
thing.
looks sick.
It's gonna be tight.
I love that charge pipe. It came out really good.
Right.
Look at it like on the DSLR.
Oh, damn, that looks baller.
It looks pimpin'.
Big pimpin'.
Well, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Got the charge pipes done on the S14. They came out freaking sweet. Be sure to let us know what you guys think of them. And I also got the transmission put back together for the MR2. So we just got to get that thing back together for the weekend, for the event coming up. And yeah, made a lot of progress in this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later.